I know I need to size up with you, and when I defang the Viper, trust me, ain't gonna come from nowhere. Jeff, I already put you out. I don't even know why you're out here right now. Keep on talking. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you act like this is an AA meeting and you shut your mouth while I'm sharing with the group? And Mustafa, you out here, a boy among men. And I'm gonna tell you what, you got lucky at the Rumble, so I know you're gonna come out here and run your mouth about how bad you are. But let me give you a little bit of a reality check. You see, Mustafa, you said that my eyes don't lie. Well, your eyes don't lie either, because last week, they were closed real tight when I put your simple ass to sleep. And AJ, hey man, be honest with me. How's our old girl Wendy doing?
Welcome back to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. It's me, Hafiz, and with me as always is Devin, and we are back. Took a little break, you know, just all sorts of stuff going on, but we are back. First time since, I mean, just right after WrestleMania, I want to say, was
right after WrestleMania predictions, and now we're back for WrestleMania,
and we're doing WrestleMania predictions again. WrestleMania predictions. Oh, I mean, WrestleMania Backlash predictions, I guess. That's what they call this shit. Yeah. Man, they just can't get over these corny names. I don't understand. Like, WrestleMania Backlash, it feels like they're just trying to get people. Yeah, like, oh, WrestleMania. Yeah, we're showing you another WrestleMania.
No.
Backlash.
Right. It doesn't need that. Yeah, it is.
No.
WrestleMania Backlash.
Like, I want to see what the set looks like. Like, are they going to put WrestleMania Backlash there?
Would it be half a pirate ship?
Half a pirate ship. They should. Please do have a pirate ship. Oh, my goodness. If they just said, it's not quite... WrestleMania, so we can't put the whole pirate ship. Right. Let's just take half the pirate ship and put it there, Oh my goodness, that would be hilarious. I wish they would. But yeah, man, we're gonna do predictions for WrestleMania Backlash. Yeah. But we're also gonna talk about a little bit about NXT and AEW. Just hit on a couple of points here. Just kind of an open discussion around what's been going on. These last couple of weeks.
AEW, because last week they had blood and guts.
Yeah, man. Well, let's just jump right into that. So, blood and guts. The name Blood and Guts kind of came from, I think, what was it? Someone from WWE, I don't know if it was Vince himself, kind of compared them to like Blood and Guts type of, like the entertainment that they were. They used that phrase, Blood and Guts, describing AEW. And then AEW
didn't know that.
Yeah, and then AEW was like, all right, cool. Like, it was kind of they were taking a jab at AEW, and AEW just owned it and said, you know what, guess what? We're going to do a show called Blood and Guts. How you like that? So, and I respect that. That's fine. And then, you see the concept. It's basically war games, as you alluded to. It's the two cages, two rings, side by side. You got two teams. It's two teams of five. One person enters. Two people enter from each team, but one team is always going to have the advantage. Sammy Guevara kind of volunteered to be the first person from the inner circle. Pinnacle would have the advantage. They kind of gave that up. So cool. The match itself, because, you can't help but compare it to War Games. I just feel like WWE does these gimmick matches so much smoother and more organized. Like War Games, I actually called it War Games.
Yeah.
Say again?
I said maybe from a production standpoint.
Yes, from a production standpoint, but also, too, I feel like from the spots, too. Like, there were so many spots that happened, and I felt like the camera didn't really catch in a way that really highlighted the spot really well. Like in WWE, it's kind of like, or even NXT, I should say, because that's where War Games has been happening. Mm-hmm. You see, even though there's a lot going on, it's like controlled chaos, and the camera seems to always be in the right spot to catch that big OMG moment. Whereas with this, it was like Sammy Guevara is doing some crazy move, and by the way, you got Jake Hager over here, throwing around Wardlow, and it's just like, frantic. Like, seriously frantic. Like, they just didn't have it organized the way I would have liked. But I will say this. on a positive note, I thought that it was a fun match to watch. I did enjoy the blood of it and the violence of it,
Definitely,
and it really felt like a war. Yeah, I liked that. And just I felt like some standouts were definitely Wardlow. Like, he looked great. I think he looked like $1 million in there. I feel like Santana and Ortiz looked great in this matchup. I really liked the Dead President's look with the face paint. That was real cool. I liked overall, I mean, I guess the Pinnacle, their side of it, like, their guys really stood out. I mean, FTR, they both were busted open, man.
Bro,
it just felt like they had been
Dash
through
was like cut within 3 minutes of the match, man.
Immediately, yeah. Immediately. So, overall it was cool. And yes, there were some botches. I mean, Sammy Guevara had a botched spot, but Sammy, I thought, even did a great job. And that crowd was hot, man. Like, they were behind him, and I feel like his star is rising. So, overall, I feel like the match was very entertaining, and overall, it just, camera-wise and some of the spots-wise, I felt like they could have done a better job to highlight certain spots. Yeah. But the ending, right? The ending. So...
This is what I want to hear. This is what I want to hear.
Oh,
because
man.
you always talked about, like, you was done with the last gimmick match, which was what was the
death
barbed
match.
wire? Yeah, the barbed wire death match. He was like, you know what?
Yeah.
They just need to just keep it within the wrestling square circle. Just finite with the gimmick matches.
And I wanted to be wrong here, because I'm like, all right, Blood and Guts, they've been hyping this up. They did a great job selling this with all the promos.
Yeah.
And like I said, I felt like it was fine. Yeah. And then they got to the end, and you got MJF on top of the cage, and then Jericho follows him up to the top of the cage, and then they're going back and forth, and then MJF gets the advantage.
By the way, I didn't like that was during a commercial break. MJF was climbing the cage. I wish that was within the match and not during the picture-in-picture. I didn't like that, man.
Yeah. That's fair. That's
little
fair.
Things.
Yeah, because, I totally agree with you on that. But the kicker and what everybody's talking about, with this is that you've got MJF basically threatening to throw Jericho off the top of the cage, and you have the Inner Circle looking up, saying, don't do it, don't do it. And then he's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. And then you hear Sammy Guevara say, we surrender. I said, what? What?
We surrender.
What? And then they lose the match. Wave the white flag. They lose the match. But then, that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part, MJF decides, you know what? The hell with it. I'm going to throw this man off the cage anyway. Throws him off the top of the cage. Should be like a holy shit moment. Unfortunately, the camera angles caught Jericho. The way he fell on is basically a pillow. Like, they had the grates painted to look like metal grates covering a crash pad. And you see him on there like, but then you see the phone moving around, and it's like, what? Again, what? It was
what was
back
funny
to back.
When the camera zoomed on him, he was like, anybody looking, he was like,
There's a camera on it. There's a camera on it. Shit. I was like, come on, guys. This is why I said they should not do gimmick matches. They should not. The execution is poor.
It was.
Like, just stop.
It was piss poor. It was piss poor.
God. It was
And they fucked up when they did the triple replay, because it actually
it
wasn't that bad the first time. I was like, okay, I get it. You got to keep it safe. And then the minute it did the triple replay, I bust up laughing. I was like, hell no, bro. This shit looks silly as hell. I'm sorry. I got to keep it real. That shit looks silly.
And it just makes it worse that Sammy quit for the team, and that's what he fell onto? Really? Really? We surrender. Nah, fuck you guys. Throw him on a crash pad.
I actually thought about, okay, scrap that idea. If you want to throw Chris Jericho off, but keep it safe, I get it. Why don't you just do it like how WWE did it for Shane McMahon and Undertaker's match, that they just like double padded the tables, and then when Undertaker tossed them off, it you knew it visually it looked like holy shit, but safe wise he was cool, it was safe, it was like double matted, extra cushion on the tables, but still it looked like it imploded. Visually it looked good. That shit, it looked like some kindergarten shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they just painted the cardboard like painted
looking like a metal grate. Like what? And it's close. The camera caught it close. It was so close to it, you could see it. It was just, it was so bad. Like for me, I hear what you're saying in terms of that idea, and I don't mind it. But the simpler thing for me would have just been, don't show the actual fall. Don't show the landing, I should say. You can show him throwing him off, show that from different angles, but then don't show when he lands. And then cut to reactions from members of the inner circle or members in the crowd going, oh no, some kid crying, just all sorts of stuff and people wondering. And then later on, you can cut to Jericho getting stretchered out and like members of the inner circle surrounding him and show that. Don't show the landing. Say it's like too graphic. We can't show the way he landed on television, but we're going to cut away because holy shit, what just happened? Like a production thing, like, oh fuck, this was too bad. Like, don't show that shit. Like, cut to something else. And we're all at home like, what the fuck? Like, is he okay? I mean, that would have got me.
Producer Hafiz. That's what I'm going to start calling you. Producer Hafiz. Hire this man's services. You need this man in the big. Hey, man. You just cleaned that shit up right away.
Down. Just
like you would have saw this on the board. He was like, "Hold on, what? This is the finish? No.
Exactly.
You erase this shit. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I got you guys. Hold on.
And then you want to show a triple replay off that? No.
Exactly. Like, what? You want to show a triple replay? Okay, hold on. Take that shit, tear that shit up, throw that out.
Right.
We got a whole new idea, man. So, yeah, man. It was what it was. It wasn't as bad as the, Omega Moxley death match in terms of that. That was terrible. This right here was just like,
but it's starting to be a pattern now.
It is a pattern, though. It is a bad pattern with these gimmick matches. Anytime they do a gimmick match now, I'm like, oh shit, how they gonna fuck this up? Like, I just don't have faith in them to do it.
And you're not wrong to feel that way. Like you have every right to feel that way because they gave you evidence now. That gimmick matches is not their thing. You know what I'm saying? The Mimoso match. Yep. What was the no. Really, we did that. You know what I'm saying?
We did that. That happened.
Okay.
Jericho falling in the mimosa. And what is that supposed to even do? Like, I don't know, man. It was just that for them, gimmick matches are just not their thing. It's just not their thing.
Just stick to what you got you there, man. Tag teams, brawls, yes. Street brawls. You guys killing them in brawls.
Yes.
Street brawls. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's fine.
Right.
That's fine. Even, I'll give them this. In terms of gimmick matches, the Stadium Stampede and all those, like, big, like, street fight type matches, I'm cool with. Like, that stuff's been fine. But then you throw in the, Mimosa match and barbed wire, death exploding, whatever. And now this with the blood and guts, like, y'all trying too hard, man. Just stick to what you're great at. So, yeah, man. The other thing, too, is what do you think of this whole Kenny Omega versus either Orange Cassidy or Pac situation? Like, are you excited for... Really, it seems like it's going to be Orange Cassidy. Because the way that whole thing went down with Orange Cassidy. Kenny Omega was talking so much shit about him, like, we all know it's going to be Pac. I know the fans want to see me against Pac. He's the best wrestler. He's pushed me.
Tony, just announce it right now.
Just announce it. Just say it. Just say it. It's me and Pac. Just tell the world. Tell the people. And Orange Cassidy comes out and he's talking shit like, man, I don't understand your whole thing. I don't get it. You know, matter of fact, let me take those sunglasses because you took them from me, so I'm going to take them from you, and I'm going to give him a knack. He looks better with them on anyway. I'm just like, what's going on? But what's your thought on this? Like, are you excited for the potential matchup? Are you, like, how do you feel?
I'm not excited because I know the outcome. That's why. But I am excited to see the chemistry between these two, the wrestling story they can tell between, because it's a good heel face dynamic going on right here, a narrative they can tell. So that will get me excited. But the outcome I already know, so that takes the a little bit of excitement out of it. But when it comes to Orange Cassidy, man, this dude is like damn near top face. And now you got your '80s villain, as I like to call it, Kenny Omega, who is starting to collect belts now. You know what I'm saying? Man, got both of the TNA championships. Yep. Right. So he owned one. But yeah, man, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I ditto that. I think that Orange Cassidy. I like Orange Cassidy. I feel like he's a very he's a great comedy wrestler that at times can get serious, and I think that he just has a great thing going, and he doesn't necessarily need the championship to be over. So but I do like this opportunity for him to kind of see, like, let's see what it looks like for him to be in that championship picture, and just how the crowd reacts and how all that goes. So I'm curious about that. But to your point, in terms of the Pac versus Orange Cassidy match, I'm not excited about it. Like, I feel like I don't even need to watch, this next episode of AEW. Just by the way they sold it, it's like clear it's going to be Orange Cassidy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I just don't need to see that. And then, come, was it Double or Nothing? It's like, all right, maybe then I'll be more excited about it because now we'll know the match. Now we're building the match versus who is it going to be? Like, we all know who's going to be. Like, let's just stop. The other point, too, and we talked about this pre-show a little bit, I made a little jab at AEW. I said,
slight jab.
Is 2 hours too long now for AEW? And the reason why I say that, yeah, I know. Some people might be like, what? What did he just say? But hold on. I just find myself, sometimes during AEW wishing that some of these matches weren't happening. And, like, some of the stuff that I really want to see, like, it's few and far between. I want to see more Adam Hangman Page. I want to see more Pac. I definitely want to see, Penta, and Phoenix, those guys. And I feel like I'm not getting enough of them. And then I'm getting all this other stuff that's going on. And by the way, the women's division too, like, I am still very excited about what's going on with them. Dr. Britt Baker being ranked number 1, and now we're building to the championship match with
keeping track.
Yes,
people know.
She said the rankings are bullshit, but I'm gonna play a little stupid game. I'm gonna go ahead and put my work in on Dark, on Evolution, on all these shows, and I'm gonna build my wins up. And as soon as that matchup was done between Tay Conti and Sheeta, she said, "Hey, I'm number 1 now.
Look at the
on me." So I love that. So there's great parts of AEW, but then there's also some things that I'm just like, sometimes I'm watching, I'm like, all right, like I wish I could just skip past, and it just, I feel like they're not using the 2 hours as effectively as they could. Like the Varsity Blondes, I get it, like Pillman, and they're trying to, there's the documentary on Brian Pillman, so they're trying to put the Sun on TV too, but that could be on Dark. Just put that on Dark, right? Like, some things that are happening with some of these guys, the stories aren't there. They're not really telling full stories for all these guys. It just seems like we're getting these random matches. They'll just happen, and the meat of the show, also too, I'm sorry, like, I love Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston too. Like, he's doing his thing. They have great chemistry, but there's no fucking story being told with this. Like, it just feels like it's just one weird event after another. Why were we building up to Kenny and Knock versus Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley? Like, why was that the matchup? Yeah. I would have rather it been like Young Bucks versus Moxley and Kingston for the titles versus like you got to choose any match you wanted when you had.
He was going to build towards that.
Yeah, because okay, so the whole situation was they said they were going to break Kenny Omega's ankle, unless they got what they wanted. And I said, okay, maybe Eddie Kingston wants the title shot against Kenny Omega. Maybe Jon Moxley wants his rematch. Maybe they want the tag team titles, because Jon Moxley has a problem with Young Bucks, and now he has a tag team partner. But no, they asked for a match between them versus Kenny Omega and Knock. And I'm like, that's what you wanted? That's all? Like, and of course Callis is like, oh yeah, sure, okay, yeah, you can have that. Like, there's no risk in that. Like, who cares? It's just, I don't know, man. It was just weird. So stuff like that, I just feel like they could do better in terms of storytelling overall and just using that time better. Like it's a jab, it's a joke, saying like, should they go shorter? But there are times too where I'm literally like, man, this could have been a much shorter show based on the things that I was really excited to see on a week in, week out basis.
Let me ask you this. Is AEW, is it starting to lose your interest?
Not overall, no. Big picture, I'm still interested in AEW because I feel like, they still represent an option for certain wrestlers that I feel like, aren't getting their respect in WWE. So, like, for instance, Samoa Joe comes to mind, right? I'm anticipating Samoa Joe potentially signing with AEW. Right. And that, and so I love that AEW exists, and so they will, I guess, always have my interest because they are an alternative. But there's certain things that they're not doing very strongly right now. You can tell which storylines, or you can tell what they care about because they give them actual storylines. Like certain wrestlers, they're just there and they just show up. Even, I'll say it too, Darby Allin is starting to get stale. Like, and I hate to say that because I love Darby Allin overall. And I feel like Darby Allin, when he first started, I was like, man, this is the guy they should build as a superstar. But there's no story there. Like, him and Sting, it just feels like that's just dead to me. Like, I don't even care. Like, him being with Sting, I just want, like, Darby to just turn on Sting and have them fight each other. Like, this whole thing with Sting being there and being his manager, he ain't doing nothing. He's just standing there. I'm like, is this,
watching his ass get whooped. That's what you do. You just show up, watch your son get his ass up, then you show up. I'm here, son. I'm here.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, what do we do? Let's do some more with this, man. Like, I don't understand. It's just starting to get like kind of lame, honestly. Like, I just don't care as much. I am so wanting Miro to be the one that
I was
beats
just about
him
to
the
say
title.
Yes. Yes.
Make that
dude
happen.
That dude is champ. He's like, you got a title, you got a problem. I was like, oh,
hey,
shit.
None stopping me. Right. That's what they need. They need Miro to be the champ now.
Yes. That's your moneymaker right there, man. Like 100%. You said, Darby Allin, you thought you could do something with it. Him and Sting, maybe you could make some money, marketing dollars with that. I don't see nothing with it, man.
I'm not there. I just don't care anymore. And it sucks because when it first started, it just made sense. But yeah, to your point, yeah.
And real quick, man, just a sidebar. I don't know if this was a bad sign. So my daughter, my youngest daughter, who's 13, was watching wrestling with me. She haven't watched in years. She used to be a big fan of WWE. Sasha Banks was like her favorite. She used to watch NXT with me. But sat down with me because we was getting ready to go out to eat, but she sat down with me for a few minutes, and she looked, and we was watching AEW. I was watching the Blood and Guts. And before the Blood and Guts match, I think I was on, which match was it? The Factory faction. What's his name? QT Marshall, and
Yes,
Cody Rhodes. Yes. It was on that match, and my daughter's watching it, and flat out, she was like, "This look fake." I was like, "Huh?"
Oh, shit.
I was like,
shit.
"Huh?" She was like, "I'm like, why you think this look fake?" She was like, it just like they just dancing. I was like, but you just recently saw, like, because you walk by and you be watching, and I'll be watching Raw, and she don't know, she don't say nothing. She'll just be like, "Oh wow, Bailey's doing this," or "Okay, I see Bianca Belair, she's a SmackDown champion," but she threw shade at A-Dub. I ain't saying that. This is from my 13-year-old daughter's perspective.
Yeah.
All right?
Hey, it's valid. It's valid. Because, that's how, like, people flipping channels, it's the same thing. Like, you flip channels, you see this thing, you stop for a second. If they don't catch you right away with what's on screen, that's it. Then they're going to go to the next thing. Done. And so that's a good representation. Like, during Blood and Guts, this thing they've been hyping up, before that, during the QT Marshall match with Cody, to see that, and it's Cody, you would think, oh yeah, this is gonna reel people in because it's Cody, right? And no, I guess not. So hey, yeah, that is valid. That is your daughter's, viewing experience. Could be very much a representation of a lot of people who just flip, see what's going on, and say, you know what, on to the next. It's just what it is.
And this is my daughter that acts just like me, so she has the remix version of my brain.
Yeah. Hey. So I'm still patient with AEW overall, but especially with what Raw has been doing, which we'll get into when we get into the predictions. Like, by comparison, oh my God, like, it's just, thank God AEW looks so much better in comparison to Raw. Thank God we have something else other than Raw to look forward to as wrestling fans. Woo. Like, I don't know what I would do. I might be done, like, with wrestling overall if it was just Raw. But before we get there,
a special experience.
Oh my God. Let's switch gears a little bit real quick. We won't go too in depth with this one, but NXT, just to talk about them a little bit. First of all, the Gargano family, the way. I guess some version of the prophecy has been fulfilled with Candice and Johnny being champion at the same time.
Yep.
I have been wanting to see this and seeing it happen. I was so happy. And Indy Hartwell, I'm happy for her too. She's putting in work, doing great storytelling. Indy Hartwell has a continuing storyline right now in wrestling.
Wow. I'm amazed by her acting too. Just the week before when she was just distraught because the breakup between her and Dexter, and bro, she was just not feeling it between when the Way came out, and in between Austin Theory and who match?
Austin Theory had a match with Bronson Reed.
Wasn't it
Bronson Reed?
Shit.
Yeah, to see if Bronson would get the title shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she was just on the mat like,
I
I don't care about this. Okay, whatever. This match over yet? Just
like big kudos.
During the entrances and everything, she was just not there. Yeah, you're right. So she's been doing a great job. I'm really enjoying just her work overall. But yeah, it was awesome. And yes, we are playing hot potato with the women's tag team championships. That has to be said. It was like 55 days, I think, overall that Ember and Shotzi had the belts.
I don't call that hot potato. That's
well, it's not a long title reign.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I gotta be real. I gotta call it like I see it. Like, I know some people were probably looking for it to be a longer title reign, and I selfishly was just like, hey, just give it to Candice so I can say that both her and Johnny have the belt. So I'm happy. And to me, it's long enough, but I know that I've seen some people saying, man, they like within the last, 3 months, we've had 3 different women's tag team champions. So
because they kind of like, as soon as they debut the titles.
Yep.
we had new champs, but then we had
the first day we had new champs.
Wow.
They were given the belts and they lost the belts in the same day.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah. So it was what it was. But congratulations to Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell being tag team champs. Now, what do you think of what's going on with the title picture? So we've got a bunch of people that's kind of vying for Karrion Kross's attention.
Hell yeah, we got a bunch of people. Shit.
Yeah. So
you got Cool Kyle, yup. Hey man, let me get my hat so I be like Kyle, my sunglasses and all that. There we go. Cool Kyle.
Just sunglasses. Oh man. Dude.
Feeling himself, man. Feeling himself.
He is. Are you feeling the character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The music
it's not
is
there yet.
Yeah.
I don't care about the music at all. I throw out the music off the bat, but the character, like what he's I don't even know like what he's trying to try to be. Like is he the what did you someone posted online? They said the
Wish version of Orange Cassidy.
That was what it was. Which is bogus.
Yeah.
That's bogus.
Hey, but let's keep it real.
I can see it though.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it. The sunglasses, the jean jacket, the white shirt. I said,
yes.
What are you doing? All he did was add the hat. He's like, I'm gonna wear a hat. Now it's completely different. No similarities whatsoever. When he was talking to Karrion Kross, I said to myself, "You are not in his league, man. You ain't ready yet."
Oh hell!
Like that's what I thought.
Karrion Kross was like a superstar, all dressed to the nine in his vest with his beautiful wife Scarlett, and you know, and then who came out? It was besides Kyle O'Reilly, it was
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne, which he got an issue. You know, I'm talking about I'm the baddest man.
That I believe. His character, I believe it. He's got new music too, so I was feeling that whole it's cool. Like his presentation is great. You know, Kyle still needs some work. And then Finn Balor came back and you know, it's like, oh shit, here we go. Like we're doing the rematch, we're getting the demon, like what's going on? So yeah, man. I mean I feel like I don't know who's going to be the next contender, honestly. I really don't know which way they're going to go with that. I feel like if I had to choose, I'm going with Pete Dunne because, you know, we just had Finn Balor, so I want somebody different. And Kyle, I just feel like it's just not there, and he has unfinished business or I should say Adam Cole has unfinished business with him.
He does.
Like, he's going to handle that. You know, his interview, too, you know, was yeah. He was pissed at the interviewer. You got me out there in this heat. Like, what's wrong with you? This is so unprofessional. This is ridiculous. And you got me, I'm talking on the phone. I got to ask you, like, when you ready? Like, what's this?
Oh, so you got to ask me. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Just saying, wow. Adam Cole, man, you need to come back. You need to come back ASAP. Oh, he's going to whoop Kyle's ass, man. I can just feel it. Like, the day he comes back, Kyle is getting an ass whooping.
He's about to get the ass. He's about to get that ass.
Yeah, exactly. Man. So, I mean,
I think for the main event picture, I don't know. They might do a multi-man.
Like a fatal four-way?
Fatal four-way, I could see.
I don't want that.
I know.
I don't want that. They need to do a triple threat, and then whoever wins goes against Karrion. Do that, because to put Karrion in like a situation where he could lose without being pinned, and then he beats all of them, like I don't know. I feel like have him go 1-on-1 with somebody. You know, have him defend against. I say just defend against Pete Dunne. He call himself the baddest man on the planet. Let's see, you know, and let them just go at it. That match could be great. You know, I'd be really into that. If not for Tommaso Ciampa, you know, being in this whole thing with Timothy Thatcher, I'd say Ciampa too would be another person that'd be great for him to go against. Because coming off of that match with Walter,
tag team now, man, he dressed like
now,
Timothy Thatcher. He got a Timothy Thatcher jacket. No,
that. I saw it. I was like, "What are you doing? Why are you wearing his jacket? What? You under his wing or is he under yours? Like, who's
Oh,
the veteran here?
shit.
You know,
Oh, man.
Like, what's going on? You
Everything
taking on
was
his
like,
gear?
hey, Tommaso, wear that, all right?
Exactly. Take one of these. Do what I do, Tommaso. Follow my lead.
All right.
I said, really? This is what we're doing, Tommaso? You made progress against Walter. Now we're moving backwards. Come on, man.
Oh, you back in the tag team.
I do like he cheated.
Oh,
He used the shoe.
Yeah.
And then he hit it. I was like, okay, all right, I see you. You know, and he kept hiding behind his back. You know, he's like,
Yeah.
hey, y'all, no, can't see that. I said, well, that's a nice touch. I like that. So
I like this little rivalry
cool.
between him and them and the Grizzled Young Veterans, man. It looks.
I think that's a good pairing.
Yeah.
I think it's a good pairing. You know, and MSK they have not been on television. They're the champions.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it was
like
just
they
the
showed
week
up, they
before
did a match
they had
with
that main event
Kushida.
match. Kushida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're keeping them like off television a little bit, maybe because the reception hasn't been the best for them. You know, they're a good tag team, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like
They got the titles too quick. That's what it was, man.
Yeah, just they're not doing them a service by giving them so much success so quickly, because then the crowd, you can hear it, they're turned on them, and it's not their fault. They're just going out there and performing and doing the best they can. You know, it's more about the perception is that they're getting rewarded before the Grizzly Young Vets, who were in that same situation last year, lost, got back to that championship situation, and then they lost again to this new team.
Yes.
Nah, man.
Nah.
That sucks. That sucks to see. And Grizzly Young Vets, man, they put in work. The mic work is great. Just they're a fun team to watch. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
I wish they had the belts, and then you know, then Tommaso and Timothy Thatcher can go at it for the belts. You know,
with these two teams going, you know, fighting over the belts, that would be cool. That would be cool. That would have been so perfect if one of these teams were tag team champions right now. You know, then that would just make this even better. Yeah, I'd really be with that. Yeah, man. Then Raquel Gonzalez, you know, women's champion, doing her thing. Her and Mercedes Martinez have a good rivalry. I like the interview that they had back and forth.
Oh,
Mercedes kind of, you know, letting her know, you know, that this is my world.
Raquel got checked. She was like she's like a young little girl right there, just kind of keep quiet.
Man, I didn't see it that way. I know what you mean
man,
by some of the
bro.
stuff she was saying.
But
yeah,
you had to respect. You had to respect what Mercedes was saying, bro.
Yeah, I do. But Raquel was kind of giving it back to her too. She's like, "Yeah, you've been in the game this long, and yet I've done more than you've done in your entire career in 1 year." Like, to me, that's it, man. Like Mercedes has been around for a minute, and Raquel, like, that has just eclipsed her. She's already passed her. She's like, if you put it here, I raise the bar like tenfold.
I don't
like,
know. Well, she made some strong points.
She said something.
You know,
Go
Mercedes
ahead.
made some strong points. She said, "You're cookie cutter. I'm grit." She was like, "Oh, I'm not grit." She was like, "No, no, you're not grit."
It was cool. Yeah, it was. I did respect it. And I enjoyed it, man. Just like that was like popcorn. Just sit back and enjoy it for sure. Like, oh, you gonna take that? You gonna take that? Damn, she said that about you. Like, it was one of those situations.
Yeah.
I just think that, you know, they both had their moments. You know, one part, I think Mercedes said, you know, I ain't afraid of you or something like that. And Raquel was like, oh, not yet. You know, like, she's letting you know, like, okay, not yet. Like, you just wait. We get in the ring. And then later on, when she went against Dakota, Raquel just went nuts and just beat the shit out of Mercedes.
Shit out of her. I was like,
her to the barricade.
holy shit.
Yeah, throwing her around, ragdolling her. I said, well, that's it.
She started,
for me,
she started speaking in Spanish. I'm like, oh, yeah, she definitely pissed.
I love it. Oh, I love it. She's like cursing her out in Spanish. I'm like, oh, she's pissed. She's going back to speaking in Spanish. You know, like anytime, because, you know, in any household where, you know, like for me, you know, being Nigerian, right? If you get cussed out in Yoruba or the language, you know, oh, there's anger. Because they just had to go to the depths of their soul to go to, like, you know, this place where only the core language can really express how they feel. Like, that to me is, I felt that. I feel it. Anytime, you know, like Asuka goes into like full Japanese, you know, and they now here with Raquel with Spanish, or even Io with Japanese, it's like, ooh, she's saying some evil shit right now. Like, you know, she's mad as fuck. So, yeah, I respect it. I respect it. That intensity is awesome. So, yeah, man. So we've got some fun stuff coming with NXT, you know, AEW, you know, it's up and down a little bit, but it's still fun, it's still entertaining. But here we are with, it's time to do the predictions. You know, Raw and SmackDown, they are two completely different shows right now.
Raw was like, let me put on just the DVR, let me just fast forward. Okay, I'll keep going. Oh, main event, okay, fast forward, I'm good, okay, I'm done. And then SmackDown is like, ooh, this shit good. Ooh.
Oh, dude, man. The best storyline going on, maybe in all of wrestling right now, is the Roman Reigns storyline. The Uso family, you know, the Samoan dynasty, that whole... Oh, boy.
Tribal Chief. Will you acknowledge the Tribal Chief now? Would you acknowledge the Tribal Chief?
Oh, I've never not acknowledged the Tribal Chief. I just still call him Roman Reigns because that's his name too. Like,
you had doubts for, and I remember WrestleMania predictions. I said I guarantee that the Tribal Chief will win. He will win.
Oh yeah. Okay, so in terms of predicting him to win or lose, like, yeah, I'm still going to predict against him if I just feel like, I think he could lose this one. But in terms of respecting him and how great he's been as a performer, I've been saying, like, I think he's been putting in work. What I didn't like, and oh my God, that match with Daniel Bryan fixed so much for me.
Rectified. I knew it.
Yes,
I was like, oh, this would have been one. I already know.
I was so happy. I was so happy. I said, is he about to win this clean? I said, Jey Uso, don't you dare. Don't you dare show up. If this is going to happen, if Daniel Bryan's going out like this, he needs to go out clean. That's what I needed.
He picked him up, body slam. Picked him up, body slam. I was like, oh, shit. He is dominating Bryan. Turn him ass over, put him in the guillotine. I was like, oh, choke him out. Oh, it's done.
Don't miss the part, though. What was perfect is Daniel worked over the arm. He worked over his right arm. I don't remember.
The right arm.
He worked the right arm, worked him over because he's anticipating, okay, he's going to try and put me in that guillotine. And so when Roman goes for it, he's like, I can't hold it. So he switches arms, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. That storytelling is perfect. Puts him out, done. Then you have Cesaro coming out trying to save him, and then Jey comes out. I said, oh, that's perfect. That's so perfect. And then he made him watch. Then they tied up Cesaro in the ropes. And then he pulls out, Roman gets the chairs, hits the concerto, makes Cesaro watch. I said, this is gangster. Yes. This is the Roman, this is the Tribal Chief that I wanted to see. You know, like, we all know he should be able to he's beaten Daniel Bryan clean already. We've seen it. And so the idea that he can't do it, he can't beat the Daniel Bryans, the Kevin Owens of the world without Jey Uso helping him was asinine to me. So finally he did it, and with the stakes as they were, with Daniel's career basically being on the line, you know, at least the SmackDown side, although now reports are his contract is done. So that could be it. Like, we may not see Daniel again in WWE, like, period. So, you know, we'll see what happens, to be continued on that.
And I knew the Tribal Chief would win. And shit, he came out with new music.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
The epic of the music.
Yeah, just the choir. The heavens open up. And
you just expect a king just to be coming down, just wearing a throne with his cape. Just acknowledge the king right now as I'm walking through.
Man. Oh, let me tell you. When Daniel came out, I'm like, all right, Daniel, let's go, man. Let's do this. All of a sudden, you hear, I'm like, oh, hell no. He's debuting the new music. it's like a king is coming down, and then he comes and you see the Roman CGI version 2 with the streams and everything. I'm like, this is too epic. This is over. This is over with. Like, he has zero chance. Daniel has zero chance to be able to win this matchup. Roman walks down, just takes his time. The music's playing. You know, it just everything about that song is great. And I'm like, oh, it's clear. And I can almost see in Daniel Bryan's face him just being like, yep. This is over, you know, like, just saying, like,
I'm going home.
Okay, I'm going home. I'm going home. Like, this is it. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna do what Daniel Bryan does. But this is over. And yeah, man, it was a hell of a matchup. But in the end, the right person won, and he won the right way. So love it. And then, oh my God. So, you know, Paul Heyman, 10 bells, hilarious. You know, he sent him off. Ding, ding, ding. Sent him off. All right, cool. And then Roman said, you know what? I'm going to replace Daniel Bryan with someone who will definitely acknowledge me. And then here comes Jimmy Uso. You see Jay's face like, ee, you know, like, my brother's back.
Geek face.
Yeah, like, ee, all right. You know, like, okay. And so Jimmy's hyped up, and he goes in the ring, and he immediately hugs Jey Uso. Yeah, man, what's up, bro? What's up, bro, man? Oh, so good to see you. Breaks away, looks at Roman, pauses. All right, man, what's up? Daps him up, cool. Goes to Paul. Hey, Paul, what's going on, man? Goes back to Jay. Hey, we back. In my mind, I'm like, oh, but he didn't acknowledge him. He hasn't acknowledged him. He came in the ring. He went straight to his brother, and Roman's sitting there like just waiting, just like, let's see what happens. You gonna acknowledge me? You know, like that's how I felt watching it. And then, you know, stuff happens. Cesaro comes out. They had the matchup. Then you had Jimmy protect because Cesaro pushed down Jay. Jimmy's like, oh no, you don't disrespect my brother like that. Super kicks. Oh no, it was Seth Rollins. Sorry, it was Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Seth Rollins pushes down Jay. Jimmy's like, no, you don't disrespect my family like that. Super kicks Seth Rollins. Cesaro takes advantage of that. Yes. You know, gets the pin 1, 2, 3. Earns himself a title shot against Roman Reigns in the process. In the back, Roman's telling Jimmy, I brought you back, and on day 1, you already messing up. Already, we had a good operation going, man. What are you doing?
Me and your brother, we got a good operation going there. And then what do I have to do? Now I got to clean it up.
Got to clean up your mess. And he says to him, he says, first off,
I was like, oh, shit.
You ain't going to be talking to me any type of way like you talk to him. And second off, I ain't nobody's bitch. And I thought he was about to call Roman a bitch. I said, he better not. He better not. No. I ain't nobody's bitch. Bitch. That's what I thought he was going to do. And I was like, you don't continue that. Don't finish that sentence. When he walked off, Roman's like, man, you better handle that. You better handle him. You know, they had that conversation, and it was just passion from Jimmy telling Jay, like, I bet you if you go to Roman right now and ask him if he needs you, he said no. But I'm going to tell you right now, I need you. We need each other. I said, oh, my God. This is so good. This is so good, but it's going to end so bad.
Yeah. Like, how about we get back to doing us? Get the tag team titles. You know, we represent the family, man.
Yeah, how does this sound? Roman Reigns, Universal Champion, Jimmy and Jey Uso, tag team champions. I said, oh man.
That sounds good.
It sounds good,
in
but
theory.
I don't know, man. And then Roman just said, hey, man, we're going to have to figure this out right now. So went out there to call him out. Jimmy's interrupting him with his music. I said, Jimmy.
Fucking up, bro.
Jimmy, you fucking up. What are you doing? What are you doing? So he gets in there, man. He's like, so what you gonna choose? What you gonna choose? Then he reminded him what happened in Hell in a Cell. Yeah. We got choked out by Roman. Roman's like, is this what this is about? Is this you still holding on to that? Like me and your brother, we move forward. Like, what you still holding old stuff? Like, man, look,
bring
this
it up
is what it is.
Shit.
Yeah, he's like, look, you either acknowledge me or you take your ass home. And then basically is what he said. And Jimmy, is like, and he leaves the ring.
Yep.
He walks off, but he pauses. Roman's like, man, go talk to him, man. Go talk to him. Then Jimmy goes out there like, hey, man, if we just be cool, we can get everything. We could be, have everything we want. Cesaro comes in like opportunity, gets in there, puts Roman. I forget what he did. The European uppercut. Hit him with that.
He's getting everybody uppercuts.
But the crazy part was Jay's trying to get in the ring to go help Roman, and Jimmy holds Jay back, saying, no, let it happen.
Yep.
I said, what the fuck is happening? No. Roman's going to watch this back and be like, what was that?
Yes.
What was that?
You don't bring that up.
What was that?
Yes.
Oh, man, I'm knocking shit over. Like, what was that? So then Jay's, man, I'm going in there to help him. So he goes help him. He gets that work from Cesaro. Then Jimmy's like, now my brother's getting beat up.
I got to get in.
He gets in there, but then Cesaro takes him out too. And that was it. Oh, man. Just masterpiece. This whole thing right now is a masterpiece. I'm going to tell you right now. Like, this story is the number one story in wrestling.
Some long-term storytelling,
Well, they have this mapped out apparently for like the next 6 months. They already have the plan for what's going to happen, is what the rumor mills are saying.
God.
Like Vince is taking heavy interest in this storyline. It's him, it's Roman, it's Pritchard, I think. Like basically there's a core of people that are mapping out this storyline and really trying to say, hey, we're going to work this. So, yeah, man. This is, and you can feel it. Like they actually care about this. Oh man, so it's funny, man. Like for the people, I know the way you're gonna edit this, it's gonna be like seamless, and it's gonna work out real well. But the people I think need to know that during the Pat McAfee discussion, it shut down.
Yes,
the technical difficulties kicked in. So I think I want to give people that transparency on this. That. I guess the Clark Street Wrestling recording setup system just can feel that vibe, that like, Pat McAfee, and it's like, no, and it's shut down. So yeah, man, it was only appropriate that something like that would just go wrong
right?
During the Pat McAfee discussion.
Like, no, we would not have none of this.
It's funny too because the first week I was like, oh man, this is tough. Recently, like this past 2 weeks, with him, I actually didn't even mind him. It kind of like, I don't know. I'm just like, whatever. He's there. It's cool. And he has passion for wrestling. The passion is there. It's clear, over the guy on Raw. Like that's all fake and manufactured. But at least I can give him that he does care about wrestling. He loves wrestling. He loves being there. It's a dream come true. Cool. He wore the suit for the old school Smackdown, which by the way, just before we finally officially get into this, WrestleMania Backlash prediction show. What was up with the Smackdown throwback episode having stuff from like the 80s in there? Like that logo was never there for old school SmackDown.
SmackDown was in the 90s.
Like it came
out in the 90s.
Right. Yeah, like it was the WWF logo, and if you want, okay, get the F out, you can put the WW, that's fine. But to do like the blocky W, it was like, huh? And then they had the suits and the text and the fonts and all that was like from the 80s. So that was kind of weird. And then if you're going to show the fist, do the fist. Don't do the CGI bullshit.
Did that lazy ass
shit. So tacky.
I was like, oh, that looks ugly.
Just shaking. The fist is like shaking, like, come on. Come on. Y'all do better.
I concur.
So, yeah. So anyway, just got to get that out. So enough of the Pat McAfee talk. Enough about the old school SmackDown and all that. I mean, we'll talk a little bit more about the Tribal Chief. That definitely will come up here. But let us officially break into the WrestleMania Backlash predictions. So this Sunday, live on Peacock, we will be getting WrestleMania Backlash.
I'm like, oh yeah, back to that shit.
Peacock. I have not even thought about Peacock since WrestleMania.
Me either.
I have not.
It literally just popped in. I was like, oh yeah, that shit.
That's right. Prepare yourself. If you're not going to be able to watch it live, make sure you make plans to see it after it's done. And if you're using an app, I would say be doubly careful, because the app on my smart TV just would not let me go back, period, no matter what. Like, it's still acting like WrestleMania Day 1 is going on. Night 1 is going on. Like, it's just adding the hours. I still haven't figured that out. I think you need to, like refresh the app somehow. Yeah. And on my TV, it just won't do it. So, I don't know. It's broken. It's broken. So, whatever. Like, on a computer, it's fine, but the apps, like, I don't know. On my smart TV, the shit is broken. But whatever. I'm going to figure that out for WrestleMania Backlash. But here we are. WrestleMania Backlash. We have about 6 matches on the card. It's possible they're going to add more. We'll see. But 6 matches, if they keep it to that, hey, that's cool with me, man. I'm fine with it. So let's just go up and down these matches and talk about what we think is going to happen. Let's start off with a recent match that was kind of made official. Damian Priest versus The Miz, 1-on-1 in a lumberjack match. Damian Priest has been dominating The Miz and Morrison for weeks now. He's beating both of them left and right, up and down and center. And now throwing tomatoes at him. You know, another terrible moment from Raw that we can all just hopefully forget someday in the future.
Rotten tomatoes.
But here we are.
Rotten tomatoes.
Rotten tomatoes. Those things fresh, brand new from Mariano's.
Right, Mariano's.
Exactly. Those aren't. Oh man, you know, like, come on, man, like those. But whatever. Okay, I'll give y'all that. Whatever. But here we are, Damian Priest, The Miz, Devin. Who you got winning this matchup?
The Miz. I got The Miz winning.
Okay.
Damian Priest, he won. He won this past Monday, right? For the match, for the stipulation. And then he gets to name the stipulation, you know, lumberjack match. But this is Miz. He's going to find a way to weasel and get a win. So I got The Miz with the 50-50 logic applying right here to this match. The Miz all the way.
I got Damian Priest actually winning this matchup. I got Damian Priest with the lumberjack gimmick. I feel like this isn't looking good for The Miz. I think we might be heading for a Miz and Morrison split. I feel like this is going to happen. Like, these two guys are gonna split up, and somehow, some way, I think Morrison is going to cost The Miz this matchup. The Miz should win. 50-50 booking. You're absolutely right. But you know what? Something just tells me, like, Damian Priest is just going to get this W, and they're going to fast track Miz and Morrison split. You know, and this will be one of the big catalysts to make that happen. So I'm actually just going to go with Damian Priest. Like, I don't have a strong lean one way or another, but I'm going to go with my gut and say Damian Priest. Wow. But, you know, The Miz, it makes sense. I see your logic. It makes sense, but I'm going the other way.
Man, you know, back from the mid-season break, here we go with the WrestleMania Backlash predictions. And the first match already, we split hairs.
Already split on WrestleMania predictions. I mean, Backlash. WrestleMania Backlash.
Gotta put that Backlash in there.
Backlash. You gotta throw that in there, man. All right, let's go with the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Devin, what say you?
I got Rey Mysterio and Dominic. They keep on rubbing this in our face. First time ever, father and son. First time ever. First time. That's all you hear. I'm like, okay, it's going to happen. I get it. This is what we're building. The Dirty Dogs, they've been holding it down. You know, looking gelling well, too. Robert Roode, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, they've been looking like a
new music.
Actual
you know what I'm saying? Got matching gear, got good cohesive moves. And they held it down, defended, too. Their tag team championships. But I got Rey Mysterio and Dominic winning now.
Yeah, I agree. I got Rey Mysterio and Dominic winning. I will say the one caveat with this is I think the Usos will be the ones to beat Rey Mysterio and Dominic to get the tag team titles. So it really just depends on how ready they are to just jump to that, to the Usos being a tag team again, versus like we were both talking about, you know, there's so many ways that this can go. And you had mentioned like, hey, what if it's Jay and, you know, trying to be the one to forcibly have Jimmy, you know, be on their side and bend to their will. So if that happens, there's still a process to go on, right? So it could be that we see a retain and then we keep this going a little bit longer and then have Ray and Dominic win a little bit down the road. But my gut is saying Ray and Dominic, let's do that now. And maybe you give them a little bit of an extended title reign and then the Usos get their dub down the road, even after all the stuff going on in their storyline. So yeah, I'm going with Ray and Dominic. And yeah, to your point, man, they just do not shut up about the fact that first time ever. So it's gonna happen. This thing is gonna happen. Ray and Dominic. Yeah, man. So let's keep it going. Let's keep this rolling here. So we've got 2 women's championship matchups here. One is a triple threat. The other is a one-on-one matchup. Let's go with the one-on-one matchup first. Let's do that one first. So we got Bianca Belair versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This one I got Bianca. I just don't think there's any question about who's going to win this matchup. Bianca's first title defense, Bianca's winning this matchup. That's straightforward.
Yeah, no wait, right? No wasted
WWE.
motion. Clear and simple. It's Bianca Belair. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Done.
Moving right along. But hey, I love the moving right along. I love that Bayley is she's gonna have a WrestleMania moment. Oh no, wait, this is Backlash. No, it's WrestleMania Backlash.
Get back, WrestleMania Backlash. Right.
Backlash.
Right. Fuck. But she's having fun with it though. She's having fun.
She's having fun. Yeah. How do you feel about the laughing? Like she just laughs all out of nowhere and then just like starts whooping ass. Like, right. Exactly.
I like it. I like it, man. It caught off Bianca off guard. I just like her cocky attitude, period, man. When she comes out with the entrance and she says, "Ding dong!" and all the pyro just do.
Love it, man. Oh,
I love it, man. Even when she's gonna lose, she's still gonna she's not gonna lose anything, man, because she did a phenomenal job holding it down as a SmackDown Women's Champion for 380 days, man. She built her. She built her brand well with that, man, to another level that if she was to lose in the championship, it does nothing. It's not going to hurt her.
Yeah. No, agreed. So, great matchup. I'm excited to see it, but we know what's going to happen. It's going to be Bianca retaining. So, you know, that's it's just what it is. It's predictable, but it's still going to be a fun matchup. On the other side, on the Raw side of things, we have the champion Rhea Ripley defending against Asuka and the reinstated after 1 week Charlotte Flair.
Right.
Yeah.
This one and they actually used the 13 reign. You know, since she won the tag team title, they count as a 13 title reign. Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes,
the tag title reigns
is counted too. It is counted as 13.
Huh. So any title that she gets now, so if she becomes tag team champion again, they're
14.
adding that. But then, so Ric Flair, was he never a tag team champion?
I'm sure. Yes, he was.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So shouldn't they count that for him too? If they're gonna count that for Charlotte and say she's getting close to Rick, like, well, then you got to count all of Rick's championship wins then, like all of them.
They just trying to fast track her, man. You know what they trying to do. Go ahead and break the record. Break your daddy record.
Oh man, gosh. Well, I mean, the New Day trying to catch her too, so you know we'll see who gets there first. This one, I'm going with Rhea Ripley to retain, but anytime Charlotte is there, it makes me nervous, and I do feel like there's a strong chance that Charlotte Flair wins this match, but I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley retaining.
You know, I'm going with Charlotte Flair.
Go ahead and do it,
Charlotte
man.
Flair. I didn't like the way Rhea won on Monday Night Raw.
What do you mean at WrestleMania?
On
Raw. Oh, okay.
Rhea won. I was like, ooh. And I'm, I try not to use the 50-50 booking all the way, but they kind of force my hand because they always apply it. Like 90% of their matches is at least hitting the 50-50 logic. And I have a strong case that we're going to get a title switch, man. Charlotte Flair is walking out at WrestleMania. Backlash. Backlash. She will be the 14th time.
There's a strong chance. 14 times. There's a strong chance that this happens. There really is. You know, the way that she's been presented recently, you know, it just feels like something might happen, you know. So, and she is the opportunity now, you know. Now, the one thing that could keep her from winning this is if Lily has her eyes on her. If Lily uses some of that voodoo and tears her ACL at will, like she did Shayna Baszler's. She just looks at her, and Shayna's ACL went up. Just, I don't know what the hell that was. All of a sudden, Shayna Baszler couldn't walk. Bro. What is this? Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
I can't
I don't even know what to say about all that.
I can't explain that, sir. I can't explain that. It's just
literally.
At first,
there were so many things wrong with that whole thing. Just real quick, you had this 6-woman match happening in the ring, and all of a sudden you have Alexa Bliss in the what is it? Alexa's Funhouse, Alexa's Playground.
Yeah.
Shows up on stage, right? And they all turn around and they're all just staring at her, swinging. And the match just stops all of a sudden. And they're just all watching her. And it's like, wait a minute. Wrestle Talk actually brought this up. You know, so I was like, yeah, they got a point. You guys either watched this whole thing get set up and just lied and just faked like you just saw this happen. Or it just magically appeared. None of that makes sense. And none of this will work with a crowd. Like, they would see it happening. You say, oh, they're assembling it right there. And then they're like, all right, we see it.
There, yeah.
Yeah. But then y'all act like, oh, what? And then you all just stare at her. And then Shayna, in the middle of the match, she's just walking. And all of a sudden, she can't walk no more. She I guess, tore her ACL, right? And then that's it. They lose the matchup. It was just weird. It was bizarre. And then Alexa's there the whole time swinging.
Laughing.
It was bizarre. Lily. Laughing. I don't know. Voodoo magic is alive and well in WWE. And the thing, though, that really gets me about this whole Alexa situation, because I think Alexa, she actually is doing the best with what she's been given, and her character is interesting overall. Like, I like she seems to really be behind and care about this character. But what's pissing me off about it is that we're not getting Bray Wyatt, and it feels like, I don't have confirmation on this, but it feels like they just gave Alexa Bliss Bray Wyatt's gimmick. That's what it feels like. This gimmick that he worked so hard on, he was away. They said, yeah, you know what? We're going to hand this over to Alexa. Just,
there you go. And here's a puppet to go with it, too.
But here's your own puppet, too. Are y'all fucking kidding me? What? Some people complain about, Charlotte gets everything. Alexa's starting to get in that same category where she's getting everything. My goodness. Wow. It just had to be said.
Well, the thing is, he got buried at WrestleMania.
He did. And has not been seen since. Bray Wyatt was there the night after WrestleMania and was like, it's going to be a whole new me. We don't need old friends, blah, blah, blah. And ghost.
Nothing.
Ghost.
Nothing. No video. Like no video promo, nothing. No puppets, nothing.
I guess the new version of Bray Wyatt is like John Cena, man, because we can't see him. Like that's what we're doing right now. John Cena, he's doing his best John Cena impersonation right now. It's like, well, I'm here, but I'm not. The fuck? I feel so bad for him, man. I really do. But I don't know. I just had to get that in there because I could see Alexa playing a part in this matchup. And I feel like the person that she's going to go after, there's a chance it could be Charlotte or Asuka. It's one of those two, I think. I don't think it's Rhea. I think it's either Charlotte or Asuka that Lily has her eyes on. I think the Shayna Baszler thing was kind of like a red herring. They're kind of making us look that way, but it's actually going to be another way. So, and I think it's one of those two, either Asuka or Charlotte. And Alexa, she's not a heel or a face, so it doesn't matter. She can go against. She could do this and torment anybody, and it would be acceptable. But yeah, man,
when are we going to see Alexa Bliss wrestle?
I don't know, man. Money in the Bank, is that the next one? What's the next pay per view? Because whatever that is, that's probably what she's going to. Yeah, that'll probably be it. That'll
if it's
going to
be anything like last year, you know.
Oh God.
Don't hold your breath.
The risk is worth the reward. Climbing the ladder of success. They better not do that shit again. They better not. WWE headquarters.
Just use the Thunderdome.
Racing up. Just use the Thunderdome. Just do it. Just don't overthink this, Vince. Just use the damn Thunderdome. Oh my God. We'll see, man. But yeah, Alexa, I'm hoping we see her wrestle at Money in the Bank and just get her back in the ring. Let's just get her back in the ring because, yeah. All right, so you got Charlotte. I've got Rhea. We'll see what happens. Neither one of us are taking Asuka. It's just
it is what it
clear.
is.
It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, Asuka. We love you, but yeah, no, just no, not happening. Not happening. All right. Now we've got the two men's championship matchups left to talk about. Let's knock out the Raw one right away. Let's just get that out the way. So we got Bobby Lashley, the champion, going against Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. All right. So who you got in this one?
I got Bobby retaining. Case closed.
Okay.
Bobby retaining, Braun taking the pin. And then we will keep the rivalry going on between Bobby and Drew.
You see, I don't
We're
want
going to get it.
I don't want to continue the rivalry between Bobby and Drew.
That's what we do. That's what Raw do.
It's just
that's how they're going to use Braun. They gave him a little good rub, and they're going to end him.
I'm trying to figure out like what's the best outcome here. Like Bobby retaining, you know, and then just going against Drew would just be. You could be right in terms of what's going to happen. You know, and so I give you that. But, like, I'm trying to think, like, what would be the best thing to happen? If Bobby retains, I'm cool with that. But I don't want to see him go against Drew. I don't want to see him go against Braun. He needs a new opponent, period. At this point, just go ahead and give him Jinder Mahal. Just do it. Just Bobby Lashley versus Jinder Mahal, one-on-one, done. Like, just make that happen for Money in the Bank.
Hey, he destroyed Jeff Hardy. I was about to say Matt Hardy. Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. He destroyed. Oh, my God. Buried.
Gave that man a Colossus. I was like, oh, he ain't kicking out. That Colossus. No one kicks out the Colossus. No one.
I had flashbacks to Shinsuke. I'm like, you did it again. This time to Jeff. You monster.
That's how you got Randy. That's how you got Shinsuke. That Colossus.
Only AJ. Right? Because it was AJ that beat him, right?
Yeah, in London.
Only AJ. AJ was the only one. He said, nope, not me. Not today. Yeah, I'll never forgive Randy for that, too. Randy lost him that first time. Started that whole mess. Damn it, Randy. But yeah, I don't know, man. And then Braun winning, like, no. I don't believe it. I don't believe that's going to happen. I just don't see that happening. Drew winning, y'all playing hot potato then for real, like, because he lost at WrestleMania, then winning at WrestleMania Backlash. Could it happen?
No.
I could see it. You know, I can see it, but
he's gonna win. He's gonna win at WrestleMania Backlash.
Can I just pick none of them and just not? I just don't care about this match. I'm sorry. I just really don't care about.
Yeah, because you didn't even watch the main event at Monday Night Raw, right?
Nope. Didn't watch it. Don't care. Just this whole thing is just.
I'm not gonna lie. It was fire. It was fire between Drew. Yeah. But you know, Braun came in, interfered with DQ. Is what it is. You know. But I already know what's gonna happen though, because Braun was just looking stupid strong. He just kept on giving Bobby and Drew power slams. And I'm like, okay, yeah, Braun is clearly taking the pin.
Oh man, I'm gonna say Bobby retains.
There you go.
Because just logically, it just makes the most sense. But just I don't know, man. Like, you know what? If somehow, some way, I'm gonna say this because I think we're on the same page with Braun Strowman seems the least likely to win. But I'm gonna say this though. If they did give Braun Strowman the win, I would be shocked. And you know what? I think that might be actually the best outcome of this matchup. Because at least then it's like, all right, you're paying off all the bullshit you put Braun through. Like Braun being booked against Shane McMahon and, everyone call him stupid. Even Drew McIntyre now basically is doing the same thing Shane was doing. Calling him dumb. Yeah. I'm like, Drew, what you doing?
Come on, man. Don't be joining in. Don't be joining in. Everybody want to join in and ride Braun.
Don't jump in on that.
Ride his ass. Watch.
Man. Like, no. I have Braun win. Have Drew McIntyre turn heel. That's what I want. Somehow, some way, if Braun Strowman won this and Drew McIntyre flipped and became a heel, I think, instantly I'm watching Raw the next night. I want to see what happens. Like, wait, what? What's happening right now?
Raw's just not interesting. When, the best story, the most interesting story is when RK Bro for Monday Night Raw, then we got a problem. We got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
And it is. It really is. Like, I'm starting to get invested. Yes! Like, I want to see how far this goes. RK Bro. Dude, man, he's singing his song. I hear voices in my head.
Doing his
and
pose.
You see Randy walking down looking at him like, oh, God. And then he's in the corner. He's in the corner just like there. And Randy's like, get the fuck out the way, man. I'm doing my pose. He's like, oh, yeah, you going to the corner. Okay, my bad. And then behind him, like you said, he did the pose.
And there's news sources out there like, oh, they're going full-fledged. They already got the marketing gear ready for it for RK Bro. They are ready to market the shit out of this, man, to get the merchandise ready, bro. RK Bro. What are you doing? What are you doing, Randy? We're never going to make friends like
friends. That was so perfect. RKO Woods and Kingston and Riddle was so distraught because we're never going to make friends. Keep doing this. That was great. I did catch that. Oh, man. So, yeah, man, I'm invested. And yet, like you said, that's the best thing going on Raw right now. And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Like the champion, the men's championship, the women's championships, like those two top titles should be, one of those two at least should be like your top thing going on. And both of them right now are just kind of a mess, in both situations. So and Rhea Ripley's booking, is she heel?
I don't know what the hell she is doing. Man. Make up your goddamn mind. Shit.
They trying to ruin Rhea Ripley. Is that what they trying to do?
Yep.
They trying to ruin her off the jump
because it's Monday Night Raw. It's 3 hours. Shit, we got time. We can do it.
Golly. We can do it. They said it couldn't be done. That we couldn't botch Rhea Ripley's debut on Raw. We'll show them. Challenge accepted.
Hot potato with the WWE Women's Monday Night
We'll
title,
see, man. You could be right. You could be right. Alexa, may play a part in that, but you could be right. All right. So we both got Bobby Lashley retaining. So we'll see if they keep to that. Now we've got the main event, which, who knows? This match, that might be the first matchup on the show. It really might be. Tribal Chief might just say, you know what? I'm just gonna put in this work, get this done, so I can get on a plane and go home after this. So it might be
like Paul tell him to cut the check.
Who knows? We've seen Roman. Let's get out of here. Bullshit ass pay-per-view WrestleMania Backlash.
Right,
you don't need to headline this. Let's just start this off and get the fuck out of here, man. Let's just go.
Oh shit!
Seriously. So, but here we are, man. And hey, shout out to Cesaro finally getting a singles WWE Universal Championship matchup. Really happy for him that he's getting this opportunity. So he gets the opportunity.
It makes me wonder what all of a sudden clicked in Vince McMahon's head to start pushing the shit out of Cesaro like this. Like, was it Daniel Bryan kind of influenced him? Like, man, like he just putting little words in his ear. You're like, hey, you got to start pushing Cesaro. You're missing out on a huge opportunity and some shit. I don't know, because you remember when Vince McMahon was on the Stone Cold podcast a couple of years ago. He said, Cesaro wasn't grabbing the brass ring. Like, that's what he was missing. Mm-hmm. So, I'm just curious about that, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a great point. I don't know. I don't know what it is, because he's been doing – it's not like he changed anything. He hasn't done anything different. His character hasn't changed. His wrestling hasn't changed. He's still the same guy. So, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Either somebody said something, or he finally actually took a moment to actually watch Cesaro wrestle. He's like, wait a minute, this is Cesaro? Oh shit, yeah, let's go ahead and get this guy a push. He finally watched his matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe after all these years, he just actually sat, took a good look at him, and said, damn, yeah, I've been fucking up. Let me fix this. Let me fix this.
Put in a couple of matches with Seth Rollins. Let me get some wins over Daniel Bryan. Okay.
Right, because he's watching Seth Rollins matches. For sure. We know he's watching Seth. So that was as he put on his glasses. And, oh shit, this dude, Cesaro's good. Hey guys, this Cesaro guy, have you seen him? Everyone else is like, Vince, man, we've been telling you about this guy for years. So we'll see, man. But yeah, so Cesaro is getting this opportunity, and Cesaro challenging the Tribal Chief for the Universal Championship. Devin, we already know who you pick.
And I already know who you picking. I already wrote it down. I already have it for both of us already.
Yeah, I mean, I could pick Cesaro.
You're not. You'll be an idiot to do it. You'll be an idiot. I would just call you an idiot, flat out. I would just, bro, you an idiot.
Oh, man. I could just root for the man and just, because I want to root for Cesaro to go out there, put on the performance of his life, and finally grab that brass ring and say, I did it. I did it. But, we then there's reality, right? Then you get to reality and you say, you know what? Nah, that shit ain't happening. Like, this is the Tribal Chief. They got a long-term storyline. Roman Reigns is going to win this matchup. So, yeah.
Ain't going nowhere.
I don't know. So, here's the thing, right? The booking for that, I can see it. I just don't know if there's so many things that can happen over the course of a year to say that. It's a bold take, and I love that take, and it could happen. You have a strong chance of that happening. Especially, I would say, if it's The Rock he's going to go against, like something like that, to have him hold on to the title until the next WrestleMania to build up with a match versus The Rock, that would be epic. Against Big E, I could see that too, maybe, because Big E is like the next guy that I really want to see him go against. Or, I mean, shit, Drew McIntyre. If they just decide, which that's another thing. If they don't turn Drew heel, and try to do something to freshen him up a little bit, move him over to SmackDown. Now that shit right there, I would love to see that. I would love to see Drew on SmackDown, and then him and Roman Reigns being able to go back and forth for a little bit on SmackDown.
We're getting near the draft, right?
So. Yep. Let's make a move.
Let's freshen up SmackDown.
Let's do it.
Freshen up Raw a little bit, because Raw needs a fucking change.
Raw needs help. Yes. Raw needs help. And don't pull anybody from NXT.
No.
Just don't touch them. Leave them alone.
Dude. Do it. I almost see Karen Cross up there. Hell no.
Hell no. None of them. Right now, I actually don't even want to. I was okay with Finn going there because I was thinking, oh, if he goes to Raw, with as bad as Raw is right now, shit, hell no. Nah, you go ahead and fight Karrion Kross again, fight Pete Dunne again. I don't care who it is, man. Just don't go to Raw. Don't do it.
You don't want those.
So, but yeah, man. You got the Tribal Chief. I got the Tribal Chief. Tribal Chief is winning this matchup. Hopefully, he wins it clean again. I feel good about the clean win against Daniel Bryan. I think we get it again. I'm going to predict another clean, not flawless victory, but back to, yes, no Jimmy, no Jay, straight up. He set a new precedent. Let's stick with it. Give me another one. I need it.
I don't know if Cesaro is worthy of that right now. You know,
not worthy of that.
Because I look at it like this: Tribal Chief, he challenged Daniel Bryan. He gave that man another title shot, and put stipulation on it is once I beat you, you out of here. You done for SmackDown. He got him out of here.
Gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Cesaro, he kind of weaseled his way in through Seth Rollins. You know what I'm saying? If anything, he more pissed off at Seth Rollins. You know what I'm saying? For now, I gotta clean up your mess. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, wait, real quick. When Seth Rollins went into his locker room, I was questioning Roman a little bit there. Like, wait a minute, how are you letting him come into your locker room?
He talked to him like he was a damn peer. Like he was at his level, equal level.
They were on the same level. And Roman didn't shut it down, and I was like, "This is what's going on. What's going on? Like, they need to come, like, run that back and have Roman check Seth Rollins at some point because that just didn't feel right. Like him coming in there and being like, "You better handle this, or I will." I said, "Do you know who you're talking to right now?"
Right.
You better get out of
here.
here.
He was like, hey, man, you know that we go way back. I'm not trying to come in here and just mess up your business right here, man. All right.
He's like, okay, we cool, but you better handle this. I will. So, what? Oh man, but it was cool. But even with that said, so that was a little nitpick, which I felt like I wanted Roman to push harder against Seth coming at him like that. But at the same time, though, seeing those two in the same space at the same time, I was like, oh shit, this felt.
I was like, dude.
From where they were in the Shield to where they were now. Yeah, I loved it. Just them being there. You got the Messiah and the Chief side by side. I'm like, oh,
notice their music is similar. It's like
wrestling.
on God, on that God level sound.
Yep. They're all, exactly. They're just above everybody else, man. They're Seth and Roman, and they're everybody else. At this point in WWE, I'm sorry. All of them. Even, look, I love Drew, but right now, no. Like, no. The way they're booking that man right now is Seth, is Roman, and is everybody else. So, yeah.
I'm sorry, Drew. The sword thing is getting a little bit stale right now. Come out.
Just the booking overall is just weak, and it's just he's on Raw. He's on Raw. If he was on SmackDown, it'd probably be better, honestly.
Yeah, it's just fresher. The storylines are stronger.
The entrance itself
is
kind of getting lame too.
What was that? Because they do that every time.
I just realized you said the sword.
I thought when he did it, I thought that was just something special, but does it every time. So
now it's just a normal. Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I feel like maybe hold off on that to like pay-per-views or championship matches, or if you're champion, you do that as part of your entrance, but not for like every single entrance. So I hear you. I think that's not a bad take. I still enjoy it, honestly. It doesn't bother me, but I do. I see what you're saying. I respect it, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to just hold that off and wait.
Sometimes he gets the sword in the slot. Sometimes he doesn't. If you notice, he misses. It's not clean every time.
That too.
What I'm saying? Maybe it's like a 75% success rate right now. Because it's quite a few times I know it's like, he ain't fucked it up. The sword is on a tilt.
It's lower
than
that.
What I'm saying? It's not standing.
It's not 70. Right. I would say 75% of the time it doesn't stand up straight. I say it's more. It's like a 25% success rate.
I got it backwards.
If he gets it, yes. If he gets it, it's gonna be a good night. Like it's gonna be a special night. But 75% of the time it doesn't work. You're like,
because you get it in, like, fucked it up.
Shit. Yeah. Gotta clean that up. Gotta find a way to clean that up, man. But yeah, man. So Drew, he's still epic. He's still doing his thing. But the booking of the story is where it's weak. It's like, I need something different for Drew. I just do. So it is what it is.
He needs a better rival.
Man, Roman and Seth on that other level. Yeah, you're right. He needs a better rivalry. When he went against Seth, that to me was like, oh shit, like that was cool, and I want to see that again eventually. But then they never did it again. And we thought with Bobby, that would be a crazy one because Bobby was being booked so well. Now Bobby's being booked like bullshit a little bit too.
Remember a couple years ago, he teased it with they did a Drew and like AJ Styles. Yeah, that would be great. Get him in, but AJ now is in the tag division, so they got some work to do, and that's where I'm afraid. Like, okay, so the draft could fix some things, maybe move a heel or two to Raw for Drew to be able to go against to help build Drew up again. Don't pull anyone from NXT. There was a rumor that Velveteen Dream was backstage at Raw, and that they're getting ready to debut him. I just don't know, man, because he's been off of television for so long that the's no momentum at all. He's coming out,
and
not even lukewarm, just cold.
So yeah, man, I don't know, and I don't even think that's the right guy to put against Drew because there's so much. There's still the controversy and like a weird feeling around him that I don't even know if you want to mix Drew with that. Like you gotta kind of test him out on like Angel Garza or someone like that, or maybe Sheamus at best. Not don't go straight to Drew, like, because that's still your guy on Raw. I don't want to necessarily mix him up with that, but you got to pull somebody, some heels from SmackDown, one or two, put them over to Raw, and let's see what happens, man. Like try to help Drew in that way because he needs help from just better storylines. Yeah. That's it. Roman's got the best storyline going in wrestling right now. You just can't compete with that.
Because he's the best character, man. He is the best character right now.
Right now, man, I can't disagree with that. I can't. Like Kenny Omega, the Collector, that's a fun character overall. Like I do enjoy, especially he's paying it off. I mean, he's collecting championships. What can you say? But, Tribal Chief, you see him, and now the presentation is there. And he put Daniel Bryan out of potentially WWE, period. Dude, like, he's number one, like, period. Right now, character-wise. That's it. He already was there, like, from WrestleMania, the stack 'em, smash 'em, stack 'em, pin 'em. Like, you know what I'm saying? He took Edge and Daniel Bryan in the same match in the main event of WrestleMania. You don't get much higher than that, man. You don't.
Then came out like the next night on SmackDown. He was like, "This you. I'm wearing a shirt, Brian. This you right here. You at the bottom. This you." I was like, "Oh man, this is too good."
Dude, man, you can't argue it. You can't. I love Daniel Bryan, but I'm like, Daniel, what do you say, man? You were at the bottom of that pile. You were. You were. Oh man. What I just thought of too is that I think a perfect person to go to to go to Raw for Drew would be Edge. Turn Edge heel.
Yeah.
And have him go against Drew.
There we go. That's it. Edge needs to go to Raw.
Send him to Raw.
Right.
Turn him heel.
Let him be that, the unhinged Edge that we seen on SmackDown. And let that man go against Drew. I would love that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, sign me up.
That would elevate Drew so much, to have a rivalry with a man like that. Like, and then it could, because Randy could have been that for Drew, but then that storyline never really went the way it should have. So now you kind of get a another, like a redo with Edge, another person on that level, like future Hall of Famer that's still wrestling at a high level. Just, oh my God, the storytelling that Edge does, on the microphone, and that'll push Drew McIntyre to even try to match him on. Oh my God, just the back and forth between those guys. Oh, let's just make this happen. WWE, hear us, please make this happen.
Need it. Need it now.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want.
Give us what we want. Yes. Oh man. So, all right, a little bit of fantasy booking there, but we basically went through the predictions for WrestleMania Backlash.
Backlash.
Went through all 6 matches. Backlash. Got to throw that in there. Went through all 6 matches. For the most part, we pretty much agreed on a lot of these. We just differed on the results with, what was it, Damian Priest and Miz. I've got Damian Priest. You got the Miz.
And Rhea and Charlotte in the triple threat.
Rhea and Charlotte.
Everything else, Bobby,
I got Rhea, and
you've
got Charlotte.
Ray and Dominic.
Bianca is clear. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, it'll be fun to watch, see what happens there. But, yeah, man, I mean, that's pretty much it. This pay-per-view, I'm not excited for the pay-per-view. It's always fun watching, pay-per-views, but it just seems like this could end up just being a filler pay-per-view. Like, nothing changes, no titles change hands. You could have skipped it and watched Raw and SmackDown.
And you missed nothing.
It's like nothing happened.
Like, oh, they had a pay-per-view? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel like when we do our recap, that'll be the discussion. Was this filler?
There we go.
I feel like that'll be a topic. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, man. But any other things you wanted to bring up, just WWE related, wrestling related before we
man. So, AJ almost, man. So, they took a few weeks off like I did from Raw.
Like many people did. My brother Ahmed actually, when Samoa Joe got released, he said, "I'm taking a break from wrestling." Period. Like he was so pissed. He was so pissed. And then I'm telling him about what's going on Raw. It's like, yeah, I'm extending that break because the shit you're telling me about, I just can't.
I'm not mad at you, bro.
I was like, yeah. You ain't want to just wait.
Hell yeah, man, because it's just a mess. But AJ Almost, man. I'm digging the team. It's just I want to see if they're going to build like a story around the tag teams with AJ, because AJ is actually, you could say a future Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he is.
You know what I'm saying? I love his little promo too, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, look, I'm already a Grand Slam. It only took me 5 short years. In WWE. So I'm just wondering, like, if they're gonna have something built for them, or is this like a throwaway?
I have no faith in them booking anything around the tag team division in terms of a story. I feel like the whole point of this right now is to build Almas as a monster, and to have AJ just give AJ something to do, because they do really like AJ. So it's kind of like, you get 2 things out of this, but it has nothing to do with the tag team division. It has everything to do with kind of protecting Almas and having him learn slowly, but being able to put him on TV in a safe way, have him work with, 2 of the best in the business, and Xavier and Kofi to help sell for him, and then one of the best ever to do it in AJ Styles in terms of who to learn from. So it's a mentorship for Omos, and then also too just giving AJ, another title reign. He completes the Grand Slam, to be like have all those championships, and for New Day, I mean they're great soldiers, man. Like they do what needs to be done for the tag team division. They champion the tag team division, but there's no story. There's really no story there, I don't think.
Yeah, man. It seems like they have more of a story with Matt Riddle and Randy Orton than AJ and Almost right now.
Yeah, because it just seems like they have no chance against AJ and Almost, and That's it. Yeah, that's just there's just no chance, zero. Like almost gets in there and it's over.
He is the Jiren of that tag team, man. Just
right now,
my man on charge, bro. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Nah. Can't be stopped. Can't be stopped. You can't. So I just, I feel like there's no story really being told there. I guess the closest thing to a story was when New Day was saying they weren't actually registered as a tag team, and challenging that still, saying, because Riddle came to them, said, hey, me and Randy officially are registered as a tag team. I was like, and Kofi said, little known fact, everyone needs like paper documentation, that fill out a form so that we know you're registered. And still AJ and Omos have not done that. So that's like the closest thing to a storyline. But it's just all like for humor right now. It is what it is. Sad. And not to say that I'm not enjoying. Yeah, right. The Riddle Randy is definitely the strongest story. I am enjoying seeing like New Day. It always puts a smile on my face seeing them, so I enjoy whenever they come out. And Almas, I'm liking his development overall. But I just, to your point, I wish there was an actual storyline there. And I don't think we'll get it, because it's Vince, it's WWE. They don't invest that much into
Maybe we'll get a story down the road when it involves a split between AJ and Omos.
Yeah. But then that'll go to singles. Yeah. It won't be a tag team story. It'll be more of like them against each other, and then Omos is going to win because, damn, like the way they're building him, he ain't losing to anybody.
Ungodly power, bro. Just
seriously. Just unstoppable. Unless it's going to be someone like Bobby or Drew. Like, he's not going to lose. He's not. Randy, maybe, they had that little moment, in this last Raw. But, I just think, to your point, I could see that story happening. It will happen eventually, that split. But it'll be a singles story and not really a tag team. Not a tag team story.
Man. It is what it is with that.
Man, anything else? Anything else related? AEW, NXT?
Nah, man, I'm sure. Great, man. It's good to be back, though. It's good to be back, though. I can talk about that, coming back from a mid-season break. I think the last break we did, I want to say almost a year ago around this time, we took a break. Yeah, we've been on this, on this marathon. Sometimes it feels good to be a break.
For a year straight.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, just like re-energize, recharge, and then get back into it. And it's nice to come back to it with a prediction show. Because the prediction shows are usually like the ones that'll run the smoothest. You just go down the card, and just go back and forth. So it's always cool to do that breakdown. And, now we'll be doing the recap when we come back too. So that'll be fun. Man. No, it's great. It's great to be back. And just listeners, hope you enjoy having us back. For
I heard they missed us. I heard they missed us, man. The people.
I saw a couple comments, man, and it's definitely cool to see, man. So thank y'all, and we look forward to just being consistent again, getting back on here and give you more content. So it's just awesome. But before we call it an episode, as always, Devin, I hope you got this, man. I know. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. So, Devin, so putting you on the spot. But tell the people where they can catch us
all the time. But first, I want to do a big shout out to one of my favorite podcasts. It's called the Circle of Debate podcast. They just hit their 1 year anniversary being a podcast. They just celebrated. We didn't get a chance to do a shout out, so this is our shout out right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be able to make a clip right here and make an edit and do a special shout out clip for Ivan, Mike, Matt, and Chris of the Circle of Debate podcast. You can catch them on any podcast available. That's available towards you. If you got Spotify, you got Apple, you got iHeart, and if you got the YouTube as well, they on YouTube as well. Go and hit them up with the subscribe. They're trying to get to 200. They might be at 200. If not, help them out. Get that subscribe. Help them to get to 200. All right, the Circle of Debate podcast. Big shout out. Big congrats. 1 year.
Shout
1
out,
year.
Yeah, congrats, y'all.
Yes. And back to us. Let's see if I remember. If it's like riding a bike, we shall see. All right, so you can always find us on the various social platforms. I will go down the list. We got Instagram. We got
the Gram.
We got Twitter. And you know what? Big shout out to our Twitter followers, man. We are closing in on 700 followers on to Twitter.
That's awesome.
So people who was following us on Twitter, even during our mid-season break, wasn't really engaging. We had to take a break from the social network too. It's good to decompress from the social platforms as well. You know what I'm saying? But you end up following us, following our website as well, which is ClarkStreetWrestling.com, where we have all of our links to YouTube, where we have 133 subscribers. We actually grew during our mid-season break. So that's great. That means we got a lot of content to keep you busy. We got all of season 3 on YouTube, and then we have all of our catalog on the podcast app. If you got Anchor, if you got Spotify, we're closing in on 200 episodes, by the way. So this is actually episode 197. So we are 3 episodes away for 200. And we want to do something special. I'm pretty sure we'll talk it over at the end of this episode.
We'll figure that out.
Oh, and I can't forget another social platform, TikTok.
TikTok. I'm champ.
Yes, TikTok. I cannot forget about TikTok, which is available. Also, that link on the ClarkStreetWrestling.com website, ST for the abbreviation. And I cannot forget about our merch. We got merch like this beautiful tank right here. We got cups. We got face masks. And the weather is nice. The weather is nice. You know what that means? Hey, I've been talking about it. Been talking about the beach towels. The beach towels are here. The Long Beach towels. Long Beach towels, Clark Street Wrestling. Beach towels are here. You can put it around your neck. You can be like a Superman if you want to. Be like a cape. You can be flapping at the beach, or you just want to be flapping, showing off that you just support the Clark Street Wrestling podcast. The beach towels are finally here.
Beach towels, yeah.
Yes. Get your beach towels. Get your beach towels. Do not burn your ass on that hot ass sun. On that sand right there. Hot ass sand. All right, get your beach towels. Protect yourself. Get it. All right, yay. Let's go. Clark Street Wrestling Podcast.
Oh, man, with that said so superbly by Devin, that is going to do it for this episode, this WrestleMania prediction show. WrestleMania Backlash prediction show. So, for Devin, I'm Hafiz. We'll catch you guys next time. Great to be back. Oh, yeah, and Justin Fields. Oh, well, this is a Tariq Cohen jersey, but Justin Fields, welcome to Chicago.
Yes.
Welcome, sir. Let's go win them chips. All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
All right, guys. Oh, yeah, it feels good to be back, and we see y'all next time on the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast.